Hello everyone, this is Pat Nat coming to you with a new video on my second channel. It is actually part 2 of my Metroid Prime Federation Force discussion series. Just a little mini series on my second channel. And basically last time we talked about my rant. It's basically just my rant, me yelling at the game and getting mad at it and stuff like that. And this time I'm going to be a little bit more sensical, you could say, and a little bit more on Metroid Prime Federation Force's side about the reaction that's been going around about Metroid Prime Federation Force. Now, this reaction has been going around for a while now because the game has been out for a while. Even my rant was late, and I said that this was going to come out like right after it. I was wrong, and I had some audio issues, but now I'm able to make this video. So today I'm talking about the petition to cancel Metroid Prime Federation Force. Now, as I mentioned last time, I'm not for this petition. I think this petition is not a good thing. But basically in this video I'll be discussing why now in a more polite manner. So I do hope you guys will be more polite in the comments of this video. But last video was free games, so you missed your chance. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, there was a petition created by someone, I forget his name, to cancel the Metroid Prime Federation Force game in its tracks. Just drop it off, stop development on it, basically. And the biggest surprising thing about this petition is that it has over 20,000 backers. Over 20,000 people are backing this petition to cancel the game in progress. Now that's the biggest reason this petition has gotten so much attention. Because the bigger it got, more people saw it, and it got even bigger and stuff like that. That's also the reason why a lot of people were backing it. Basically, I'm not for this petition. I'm against it, and I'm just gonna, hopefully in this video, I want to explain why. Basically, I want to explain why I'm against it, and hopefully I can share some light with you guys. So I'll start off by saying that, just kind of saying what would actually happen if the game was canceled. What would happen if the petition worked and Nintendo canceled the game in its tracks? Well, for starters, games take a lot to make. It's no surprise. Any game, Flash games, sorry, that was a terrible example. Console games and PC games, no matter what kind of games, games they take effort to make. And, well, even bad games, they still have to, model and texture and program is the biggest thing. Like, for example, I got Shrek 2 for the GameCube, and that's not a very good game. That's kind of decent. However, you look at the game, and you can see, yeah, someone spent some hours on a computer making this crap. And it's just because games take a while to make, and they take a lot of effort. Now, for starters, I do not like as I already said this, I do not like Metroid Prime Federation Force. I do not like the way it looks. I'm not very happy with Nintendo announcing it. But just because I don't really like the game, even though it looks kind of fun, even though I don't really like the game, you can see effort in the trailer. Now, don't stop me there and be like, oh, Patrick, what do you mean effort? I looked at those graphics; they're terrible. I mean, my grandma can, draw better graphics than that, and she's blind or whatever. No, there is effort put into it. I don't care how much effort, but the point is that someone created that. Someone put work to that. A lot of people sat in a room, programmers, programming all that, and while it may not even look like much, especially to today's standards, like those graphics aren't amazing from the trailer we saw, and the gameplay doesn't look amazing either, to be honest. I mean, it looks fun. It doesn't look amazing to me. But it still takes effort, and everything you do in life takes effort. It's just how much. While they may not have put in as much effort into this game as other companies have put effort into, like Skyrim or whatever, they still put an amount of effort, and this is something that they created. And it's just kind of sad, and it feels kind of harsh that someone would want to cancel the entire game in its tracks. Now, I'm going to kind of paraphrase the description of the petition. Now, the petition basically states that that Nintendo doesn't listen to its fans. That's pretty much correct. They don't listen to their fans very often. Very little, actually. Smash Brothers, is like the one game that they actually pay attention to tweets and stuff like that, or the Smash Ballot, even though that's the Smash Ballot is full of crap and is obviously just for show. But still, you can tell. You can tell that they listen to us a lot of times with bringing back like Roy and Lucas. But that's like their only franchise they really do listen. So that part is correct. A big portion of the petition description was saying that Nintendo doesn't listen. And then another thing is that they announced a cheap game that they just slapped the Metroid title on. That's probably true. I would not put it past them if they were making some, even just like even an indie game, you know. But someone was making a game, and then they decided to slap Metroid on it. They didn't come into it with the Metroid in mind. That wouldn't surprise me. So yes, it does feel like a disgrace, which is the word it used. It's a disgrace to the Metroid franchise. It is. But one thing I noticed that it never really said was that they're doing this to make future Metroid games come quicker. That's the big thing that I didn't understand about this petition description. It didn't say like this petition will help us bring Metroid Prime 4 closer because they won't be working on this one as much. The description just said, basically, we want Nintendo to listen to us for once. And 20,000 backers, that's pretty good. But they are trying to... if there's just a petition to say, Nintendo, please listen to us, and we don't like this game or whatever, and 20,000 people backing that, I think that would be epic. Like, I think it would be awesome. It'd be get Nintendo to finally listen to us. But to have that entire, like... to only say that in your entire description on a petition to cancel an entire game... That doesn't feel right to me. It feels like you gotta get your priorities straight. I mean, do you really think that canceling the game is the solution to having Nintendo know what you want? I mean, there are other ways to kind of deal with your expectations, which my expectations too. I mean, we were all victims of this Metroid Prime Federation Force, but canceling a game, basically what I'm overall talking about today, is just not. That doesn't seem like the option. But anyway, it did bug me that they didn't say that it would make it faster. Mainly because it probably wouldn't make the Metroid Prime 4 come along faster. If anything, it'll just delay the time. If you think about it, the last Metroid game was Other M. And that game did not get good reviews. People hate that game. So many people hate that game. I personally am one of the few who enjoyed it. But as I said earlier, that's for another video. But yes, people really hate that game, and to have that as your latest game isn't very good. It's never good to have your latest game a game that people hate. So, naturally, putting out this one, which is another game that sounds like people are going to hate, that's not good. People are going to get so pissed at you. They're going to, like, throw bricks through your windows if you do that, which maybe some people will in the future. I don't know. But if they cancel this game, then that's just going to be a bad Metroid game being the latest. There's not going to be this game, which, maybe this game will be bad, but it's still a game. To not have a game in 5 years and to have the last game have such bad reception, that's not good for Nintendo. That is really not good for Nintendo. And if you guys canceled this and it actually worked, the petition actually worked and the game is canceled, then you just got this huge gap in the Metroid series. Metroid Prime 4, I want everyone to know this, that Metroid Prime 4 is in development. People are working on that game. Retro has tweeted hints about it through this entire time. It's so obvious. I've gone through all the information. It's very obvious that they're working on a new Metroid game. They're building an engine from the ground up, they said. That's what they're doing. They are building a Metroid Prime 4 game. But here's the deal. Like I said earlier, games take effort. Metroid Prime 4 is certainly no exception. Metroid Prime 4, all the other Metroid Primes took so long to make. They took so much effort to make. Metroid Prime 4 is also going to take a lot of effort, and the biggest thing is time. It's going to take so much time for it to come out. Now, should it have came out earlier? Personally, I think yes. I think it should have came out this year or even last year. And they've had this time to work on it, but they've concentrated their efforts. At Retro, they concentrated their efforts on Donkey Kong Country series or whatever. I don't think that's cool. I think they really should have made a Metroid game by now, but they didn't. The point is that they did not make a Metroid Prime 4. This new game also isn't by Retro Studios. This is by different people. But they did not make a Metroid Prime 4. That is the most important thing, and there's nothing you can do to change that. They didn't make it in time, but now they're making it. They've tweeted saying they're making it, so they're working on it, It's just gonna take some time. Now, I want to say, since they didn't announce it at the E3, maybe, unfortunately, 2017, I want to say. Maybe early 2017. Which, I do not want to wait that long, but we are going to have to. We're going to have to, because they didn't announce it. They screwed up. I feel like they screwed up, and now we're going to have to wait longer. But canceling this game is just... It's not even going to give us a placeholder. It's not going to give us any kind of Metroid until then. I mean, it is sad that we have to picture this game as a placeholder, because really that's what it is. It's just a placeholder with a Metroid name slapped on it, which is frustrating. But if we cancel it, there is no placeholder. And if anything, it's just going to make Nintendo want to work on the actual Metroid Prime 4 less. They could be like, hey, Metroid, you used to be our hit franchise, but man, you got a game canceled? You got a freaking game canceled? Why would we help develop this? Why would we help you with Metroid Prime 4? You know, they're going to be hesitant. Metroid Prime 4 is already not very popular in Japan. The Metroid Primes, most of their market just comes from the United States, but it's just not popular in Japan. Nintendo is already kind of frowning upon Metroid. They just know it's going to make money in the US, so they still make it, but still, that's not going to look good at the Nintendo headquarters. And then, you know, you could say like, oh no, the fans will make sure they'll be there. Well, let me tell you, the fans didn't make sure it was here this time. Nintendo doesn't listen to their fans. It is true. That part of the petition is correct. So, basically, Metroid Prime 4 is being developed, and it's not going to develop any quicker by canceling this game. Because it's not even the same people working on it. That's what people have to understand. Retro Studios is not developing Metroid Prime Federation Force. They're developing Metroid Prime 4. If you cancel that game, only those developers are going to lose jobs. That's it. They're just going to lose jobs. They worked so hard on this thing, and they're just going to lose jobs. Maybe they didn't work that hard. You could even say that. You could argue that. They didn't work that hard on the game, and they're going to lose their jobs. But that's still something that they created. That is theirs. And to have it just lost, it's like someone creating a petition on one of my videos. You know, I mean, my videos only take like a month or two to make, sometimes 3. But for those people, you know, it takes years to make games. It takes so long to make a freaking game, and to have that entire canceled, it just seems so harsh to the developers. And like I said earlier, it's just very, very important that you all know that Retro Studios is not developing Metroid Prime Federation Force. It's by a completely different set of developers. Retro is still busy at work with Metroid Prime 4. They should have got started earlier, but they didn't. But let's not slow down the process anymore by canceling this game. Let's let Nintendo give them the resources to create that game. I'm not saying you have to give Nintendo money by buying the freaking game. I mean, I probably won't buy it. I might buy it. I probably will buy it because it's Metroid. But still, I mean, to cancel the game, it's just basically going to make Nintendo shun Metroid even more than they did before. So, that being said, oh, I got lost in my notes here. Hold on. Hurting the Metroid name, I kind of covered that. And Hit Series losing a game, I covered that. And I pretty much covered everything. So, that being said, just a quick summary of what I'm going at, basically, is that if you cancel the game, A, all their hard work will just be gone. And B, they will lose jobs. They will lose their jobs because people didn't exceed their expectations. For all we know, this game might make some money. This might make some money. So why not just let it go to the stores and let it get bad reviews? You can give it a bad review. You can rant about it just like I did. You could do whatever just to cancel the game. You know, just see how it goes. For all we know, this could be a good game, too. I mean, okay, I'm getting off track here. But hard work will be lost, jobs will be lost, and it will be hurting the Metro name, as we discussed earlier, how their hit franchise would lose a thing. I mean, for all we know, guys, if this cancellation goes through, this could kill Metroid. This could just wipe Metroid off the face of the earth. Because, I mean, Nintendo, like I already said this, though, I'm just going to repeat myself, but Nintendo is very hesitant to giving enough money for Metroid. That's why it takes so much time to make the dang things. But this could kill the Metroid name if a game was canceled. One of their hit franchises, a game was canceled. That would not be good. We can all agree that that would not be good. We would rather have that game than to have the entire series canceled. I mean, that is probably an overreaction, and it probably wasn't even worth saying, because it's probably not true. But it could is the sad thing. That is the scary thing. It could. Anyway, then I also talked about the years between the Metroid games, which was 6 years, 6 or 5 between actual Metroid games, and then 8 years between Prime games. And basically, to have nothing there for when the next Prime comes out, which I think 2017, that's just, it's not good. It's not good for the Metroid name. It's kind of all back to the Metroid name. But anyway, we also covered how it'll be longer for the Metroid Prime 4 development, most likely, because they aren't by the same development teams, and Nintendo will be more hesitant to give them money. So that's basically a rundown of all I've been talking about, and a summarized version, basically. Anyway, I hope I shed some light on your decision for choosing the petition. Speaking of which, the petition is in the description, along with a petition to cancel the petition. I just thought it was kind of funny, so I left both of them down there. You can decide for yourself. It's a free country. Sign that petition if you wish. I advise you do not. I will not kill you in your sleep if you do, though. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea, but whatever. I think a lot of things that people do aren't a good idea. For example, smoking. What up with that crap? It literally says on there, this will kill you. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Why am I even talking about smoking? Anyway, everyone, make sure you subscribe to PatNat, my other channel, not this channel, because all that stuff's better than this crap. But you can still subscribe to this one if you want to see a little bit more crap around the way. And with that, so long. Thanks.